transfer to Manchester United now.
Football prediction.
If Power Rangers know, Ipswich Town won.
Football prediction.
Hi, it's Peter Guest, and I'm here with the Moose for another episode of the footballpredictions.net podcast, covering Ligue matches from the 25th to the 27th of April, 2025. And you can see the details for all the matches that we're about to discuss in this podcast in the clickable links in the description. They'll take you to footballpredictions.net, where you can see these games along with fixtures from just about every other football competition on the planet.
Yes, and on our website, it will show you where to watch the games on local broadcast channels, plus video streaming services, as well as match shots from local bookmakers. Look in the description area of this podcast episode for direct clickable links to all of the matches we're about to discuss. If you're streaming any matches on Bet365, geolocation and live streaming rules apply. 18 plus, gamble aware.
Let's start with PSG, top of the table, taking on Nice, who are in fifth. It's on Friday, the 25th of April, 7:45 in the evening. That's UK time. Click the link in the description of this podcast to be able to find your localized kickoff time, odds, TV channels, and streaming services. It's on the League One Pass, this one. It's also on Bet365. To qualify to watch their live stream, all you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. You can sign up using the bonus code F. Well, it has been fairly plain sailing for PSG in all comps, but they had a little blip against Nantes, but we still got both teams to score, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Both teams to score prediction. But yeah, a little blip. Obviously, PSG has gone through this season in Ligue 1 with no defeats or 0 defeats. They obviously won the championship already, but they went to Nantes and only got a draw, which is a shock result when we talk PSG. They only had 5 draws all season. They had 10 wins in a row prior to this game, and it ended a draw, Nantes scoring really late on. Now, PSG are going to be in action in the Champions League. That's their next focus, to see if they can win that competition against Arsenal in the week coming up. And they're playing a Nice side here that's got everything to play for, really. Nice sitting in 5th, still very much in the race for a Champions League spot. They got 2 points up to Lille, 3 points to Monaco, and 4 points to Marseille last weekend. He got back on track because actually Nice, prior to this week, the win last weekend against Angers, had not won in 5. And heading into that game, we had a 3-1 prediction for Nice to win. It ended 2-1. So both teams to score, and a nice outcome prediction for that game. The game prior to that at Strasbourg, we had a score draw. It ended 2-2. So solid prediction there as well on Nice. But yeah, going into this game against PSG, we're not too sure that there's going to be too much in it for Nice.
Yes, indeed. Just looking at this one, I mean, you do expect PSG to win, especially at home, don't you? They're unbeaten in their last 15 league matches at home, so it's been a real fortress. Well, we think it'll be the same again. PSG to win. Odds surprisingly good at 1.57, actually. But we've gone for our tip for this game, which is over 2.5 goals, which, funnily enough, is exactly the same odds, 1.57. Regarding the score, though, we think it's going to be all one-way traffic, this one. We think it's going to be all the goals for PSG. 3-0 is the predicted score we've got for this one, and your odds there are 12. That's 11-1. The other odds for this game, just so you know, you can get PSG, like I said, for 1.57. All square, you can get a draw for 4.5. And betting on Nice to be the winning team is out at 5. So, yeah, it's not so tight, not so kind of one-sided as it usually is, but of course, Nice are 5th, so they're going to probably put up some kind of resistance, but we'll see how it goes. Next up, Strasbourg in 7th, taking on Saint Etienne, who are 17th. It's on Saturday, the 20th of April. It's at 4 p.m. UK time. Check the link in the description of this podcast, and you'll find your localized kickoff time, odds, TV channels, and streaming services. You can watch this one. It's on Bet365. You can live stream it from them. And to qualify for that, all you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. When you join, use the bonus code FP365, FP for football predictions, of course. Now, yes, Strasbourg have had a really good run, haven't they? But not been able to win their last couple, but before then, it was pretty plain sailing, whereas St Etienne have got themselves a win.
Yes, Strasbourg had 2 tricky games. Home game against Nice, but we had predicted the score draw. It ended a score draw. And then at Monaco, they managed to pick up a point as well. It's actually stretching now their unbeaten run to 10 games in Ligue 1. And it means that they're literally on points with Lyon and Nice, and just a couple of points of Lille and Monaco. So it's going to be really interesting last 4 matches for Strasbourg to see if they can squeeze in to that top 4 and get a potential Champions League spot. And the fixture list does look quite appealing. You got 3 home matches left out of 4, and it starts this weekend, obviously, against a Saint-Etienne side that's second from bottom. But Saint-Etienne's got everything to play for as well. And they had a little bit of a shock result last weekend because they played at home to Lyon, and that ended with a win for Saint-Etienne. They'd only recorded 1 win from the previous 13 matches. That was an away win at Montpellier, were bottom of the league. So to beat Lyon at home was a pretty good result for Saint-Etienne. We had both teams to score as our main prediction in that game. And prior to that, Saint-Etienne also had a home game. They had a 3-3 draw against Brest before a defeat at Lens and at home to PSG, both of which we predicted the outcomes for. But yeah, going back to Strasbourg as well, we've had some really good predictions there, including a correct score prediction at Hans when they won. We had that score draw against Nice, both teams to score against Lyon, the outcome prediction against Toulouse, and then an under 2.5 goals against Nantes. So that was just covering the last 6 games and some of our predictions on Strasbourg in that game. But yeah, going into this one, Strasbourg will be eager to get back to winning ways after 2 draws. And we do think that that might happen.
Yeah, Strasbourg, of course, unbeaten in the last 8 league matches at visiting times, just haven't had an easy time over there. And that's probably going to continue, we think anyway. We have tipped for this one, big score. So we've gone for over 2.5 goals, not dissimilar from the last match, actually. And also, interestingly, the odds not that dissimilar. For 2.5, odds are 1.53. That's our tip. But you could also look at Strasbourg to win because they're at 1.6, which is even better. We do think that will happen here. So perhaps that's something to consider. We think it's again going to be a 3-0 win to the home side. And your odds there are very good, 13. So it's 12-1 to get a 3-0 correct score at home for Strasbourg. The other odds on offer at the moment, Saint-Etienne, 5.25, and a draw is 4.2. So Strasbourg, I say 1.6 for the win is what we think will happen. Havre, a 16th, they're taking on Monaco in 3rd in the table. This is on Saturday, the 26th of April at 6 p.m. UK time. Click the link in the description of this podcast, and then you'll be able to find your localized kickoff time, odds, TV channels, and streaming services. This one's live on the Ligue 1 Pass if you have that. If you don't have it and you want to watch this on a live stream and you don't have to sign up to any subscription, go to Bet365, and all you need there is funds in your account or to place a bet with them in the last 24 hours, and you can watch it when you join. Use the bonus code FP365. So Havre have had a couple of losses, not so good. Maybe Monaco are going to be a bit of a hurdle for them as well.
Yeah, they definitely will be. But yeah, Havre obviously up against it in their last game because that was against PSG. He lost that game 2-1, and we had a 3-1 prediction for that one. So the outcome and the both teams to score, they just managed to squeeze that goal. The both team to score prediction was our main prediction for that one. Might have surprised a few that we predicted Havre to get a goal away to PSG. But yeah, and then prior to that, a 5-1 home defeat to Rennes. Not a great result, especially not in the position that Havre is in. They're in 16th at the moment. You've got 4 games left. You have now 3 points up to Angers in 15th, but it is close. Nantes, and that was a crucial win that they did have in the home game prior to Rennes because they beat Nantes 3-2. We had both teams to score again in that one, but they're still 4 points off Nantes and 5 points off Reims. So it's really tight at the bottom, but time is running out for Havre, who has got some really tricky games left as well. And it starts this weekend with Monaco, but they still have to play Marseille at home and Strasbourg away. And we know how tricky Strasbourg is. Like, they're pretty much unbeaten, not just lost 1 game this year so far. But let's focus on the Monaco game. Monaco is also picking up points and need the points as well because they are fighting for a place in the Champions League. They are only 3 points ahead of Nice in 5th. They could drop down into those Europa League spots if they're not careful. Obviously, last weekend, they managed to keep Strasbourg at bay with the draw, but it did mean that some of the other teams then gained on them, and it's really, really tight. We have got 6 teams within 4 points from 2nd to 7th in League 1 when we look at the league table. The last away game for Monaco ended in defeat at Brest. Brest, who is mid-table, got nothing to play for. That was a disappointing result. In the game prior to that, away from home, Monaco did beat Angers, which is just above Havre in the league. So maybe a little bit of an indication as to how Monaco could perform in this game.
Yeah, I'm going into this one. Monaco haven't beaten Havre when they played them away from home in their previous 3 league meetings, which is interesting, but we think they might just get over the line this time. Having said that, Havre, they do score, don't they? I mean, they've scored, looking at the last 6, they've scored in every game. And so even against PSG, they scored. Even in the losses, they've scored at least a goal. Against Lyon, it was 4-2, wasn't it, when they lost? Against Rennes, it was 5-1, but they still scored. And 2-1, of course, against PSG. So we think they'll score. We think both teams will score, is what I'm trying to say. And we've got them as our tip. And 1.62 are the odds that you can get for that. For a Monaco win, which is what we're tipping as well, predicting 1 point, for not quite as good as both teams to score. So, yeah, Monaco are odds-on favourites for this. And for a correct score, yeah, we think it'll be close, but we do think Monaco will just sneak it. We've got this correct score of Havre 1, Monaco 2. And for that correct score prediction, you can get odds at the moment of 8.5 with the bookies. Well, the highest I can find anyway. Some have got less, but it looks like that will be the best you can get, 8.5 at the moment, of course. We record this on Thursday afternoon. Other odds, just so you're aware, 2.5 for Havre for the win, and a draw is at 5. Yeah, but Monaco at 1.44 is not great if you're putting a bet on, but that's probably how it's going to end up. Next up, we have Lyon, who are 6th in the table, taking on Rennes, who are 10th. And this one kicks off on Saturday, the 26th of April at 8:05 in the evening, UK time. Click the link in the description of this podcast, and then you'll be able to find your localized kickoff time, betting odds, and streaming services, and the TV channels you can watch it on. It's on Ligue 1 Pass and TV5 Monde if you've got that. If you want to watch it subscription free, head to Bet365. To qualify to watch there, all you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. And use the bonus code FP365 when you sign up. A tale of 2 different forms at the minute. Last 2 games Lyon have been turned over, and Rennes have turned things around for themselves a bit.
Yes, and Rennes hasn't actually really got that much to play for. The mid-table with 38 points at the moment. They can look down or they can look up, but they got like an equal amount of points to either gain or lose here, and they are going to finish mid-table this season. So really haven't got that much to play for, but still they're managing to get some decent results on board, including last weekend when they beat Nantes 2-1 at home. We had a 3-1 prediction, which means that we were in on both teams to score and the outcome for that game. We did also predict Rennes to beat Havre away, game prior to that, and we had under 2.5 goals as our main prediction against Auxerre. That was the home game prior to Nantes. And then let's just mention the away game at Angers, because we had Rennes to win that one. And we had a correct score prediction at Lens when Rennes went on to lose that game 1-0. But yeah, Lyon, they were in good form. And of course, when we look at the last 10 games, they are still in good form in Ligue 1. They have won 7 from the last 10 matches. They are one of the informed teams. But the disappointment from that late drama at Old Trafford when they were 4-2 up in extra time and ended up losing 5-4 and getting knocked out, that seemed to have set them back so much that at Saint-Etienne, they lost 2-1 on the weekend. We had both teams to score in that game. But yeah, that defeat was really crucial for their position in the top here, because it means that Lyon now is in 6th. If they had won that game, they would have been in 4th. That's the qualification spot for the Champions League. So really, really crucial defeat that was. So they will be looking to get back onto winning ways here against Rennes.
Yeah. It must have really knocked the wind out of their sails, because let's face it, with 10 minutes to go, you thought, wow, they've done it with 10 men. But no, they collapsed in a heap and let them back in. So anyway, that was the Champions League. This is Ligue. So things are going to be probably a little bit different, because, of course, that game was just on Sunday. This one here is a completely new mindset for them. They'll be wanting to get this one, to get back into those Champions League spots, like you said, and we think they will win. 1.73 are the odds you can get for a Lyon win. We've also got both teams to score in this one at 1.57 are the odds there. For a correct score, we've gone for Lyon 3, Rennes 1. And the odds for that are 12 or 11-1 in fractional. Just looking at the other odds, actually, apart from the 1.73 for the Lyon win, a draw is 4.2. And funnily enough, and winning is also 4.2. So I think if I was a betting man, I'd probably be thinking a draw rather than a Rennes win if I was going to choose between the other two to get the higher odds. But anyway, let's see what Lacazette and the boys can do at the Groupama Stadium on Saturday. Next to our summary games, and we've got Angers in 15th taking on Lille, who are 4th. It's on Sunday the 27th. Of April, pardon me. It's at 2 p.m. Visit the link in the description of this podcast and you'll be able to see your local kick-off time, etc. This one's on TNT Sports 2 here in the UK. And also you can stream it on Bet365 to qualify for that. All you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. And when you join, use the bonus code FP365. Now, for this one, could be tight, although we think it'll go to form and Lille will be able to get the away win. We've gone for both teams to score, though. That's our tip. And we also have a correct score of Angers 1.
Yeah, moving on to Nantes in 14th. It takes on Toulouse in 12th. This game takes place Sunday, 27th of April at 4:15 UK time. It's another game you can watch live on Bet365. In order to qualify, all you need is to have a funded account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. And when you join, please use that bonus code FP365. Now, for this game, we are going to go with a Toulouse win. Despite their form, we are going with an away win in this game. We're going with an under 2.5 goal prediction and a correct score of Nantes 0. Toulouse 1.
Next up, it's Montpellier, who are 18th, taking on Rennes, who are 13th. Sunday, the 27th of April is when it kicks off. It's at 4:15 UK time in the afternoon. You can watch this on Ligue 1 Pass if you have that, if you've got a subscription. If not, you can head to Bet365 and to qualify to watch there. All you need to see their live stream is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. Use the bonus code FP365 on sign up. Anyway, it's not been looking too clever for Montpellier lately. You're getting thrashed every week, not scoring they scored one goal against Marseille, but we think it'll continue. We think they might get a goal too. So we've gone for both teams to score here, and we've gone for an away win, and we've gone for the correct score of Montpellier 1, Rennes 2.
Yeah, we then have Lens in 8th, who takes on Auxerre in 11th. This game also kicks off Sunday, 27th of April, 4:15 UK time. Another game you can watch on Bet365. In order to qualify for the stream, all you need is to have a funded account or have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. And please, when you do sign up, please use bonus code FP365. Now, for this game, we are going with a home win, comfortable home win. But our main prediction is both teams to score, as we're going with a correct score of Lens 3, they're 1.
And finally, we have Marseille in 2nd, taking on Brest in 9th. It's on Sunday, the 27th of April at 7:45 UK time in the evening. It's on Ligue 1 Pass. It's also on Bet365. Come to that in a minute. But for the actual result, we think it'll be a home win. We've gone for both teams to score, and we've got Marseille 2, Brest 1. Again, if you want to live stream that on Bet365, use the bonus code FP365 when you register, 65 that is. To qualify, all you need is funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. Geolocation and live streaming rules apply. Full details are available on the Bet365 website. 18 plus, gamble aware.
Yes, and in the description area of this podcast, you'll find links to the games we've just been discussing, or simply head to footballpredictions.net. That's where you can browse all the online sources to watch the games from your location via streaming and TV channels, our tips for different betting markets, team news, as well as the best offers and odds.
Just in case you didn't know, we record football podcasts for additional competitions in addition to this one, and you can listen to them at podcast.footballpredictions.net or where you usually access your podcasts from, like Apple, YouTube, and Spotify. Well, that's all. Thanks for joining us, and until the next time, it is
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Must be someone at the door.
I thought